Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryder, and this is your beginner's guide for Brigitte. In this video, we're going to go over the basic abilities and playstyle and strengths, weaknesses, tips, tricks, and whatnot of Brigitte, and kind of get you into a starting point position where you can kind of understand how she functions, how she works, and going into, so you can go into quick play and maybe some early competitive and kind of know how she functions so that you don't go in completely blind. Keep in mind, this is just beginner's guide. It's not going to be a way to make you a master player or anything. It's just a way to give you a starting point. In order to really master some of the heroes in Overwatch, it takes some practice. You got to get used to them, the nuances and things like that. So hopefully this does help you get started. Before we get started, please be sure to hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and check that description where I have my Twitch link posted, where you can drop a follow and you can hang out, where I stream pretty regularly on there. But without further ado, let's jump into the guide for Brigitte. So, Brigitte is a support hero. Whenever I say a support hero, basically what that means is your main job is to support your team. Very, very simple. As a support hero, your primary job is to heal your team, okay? You keep your team alive so that they can stay in the team fight. But it's more than just that. Support heroes have the additional toolkits available to them to assist their team in team fights and help maybe like get a pick on a low health hero or provide pressure in areas and other ways. And Brigitte has a lot of that at her disposal to kind of make her very valuable in team fights. So we're going to get into that. So her primary ability here is her rocket flail. This flail right here is very, very simple. You just swing this thing around. Anything you hit takes damage. You got to be pretty close to do so. It doesn't do a ridiculous amount of damage, but it is pretty fast swing speed, and you can just kind of do that. The important thing, though, is while you are swinging this flail around, anytime you're making contact with the enemy team, you are sending out healing pulses to your teammates. So you want to be swinging this thing anytime you're within range of an enemy player, because all contact you make sends out healing, passive healing, to your team. That's Brigitte's main healing source, is her damage. She heals by dealing damage. That's her main thing. So if you want to really pump out the heals, you want to swing this mace at everything you fucking see. Okay, everything you hit is going to send those healings out. You also have your left shift, which is where you whip your flail forward and you smack the target. That also sends out a healing burst and knocks the target backwards. It's a good way to maybe some cheap boops on like a cliff map where you can knock them off like so, or you can just knock them back and out of position. Maybe you do an ultimate they would have otherwise dodged, or it's just a way to maybe get a cheap pick on a low health target, or just get some passive healing on your team if you're not within range to swing normally. Her other ability is her, what is it called? Her repair pack. So by hitting the E hotkey, I don't know what it is on for console, I apologize. You have 3 charges of this, and all it is you target a friendly target, you throw it out, heals them for a short period. Or heals them for a little short amount. You have 3 charges, has a decent reload speed. You're not going to be able to like spam this a whole lot. Like once you run out, you have to wait for it to recharge. And it has, a pretty hefty recharge rate. So, you can't really rely on this a lot. But, if you notice someone's like taking a little bit of damage, you throw it out there, heals them up a little bit. There you go. And then, of course, your other ability, your secondary fire, is your shield. You hold your right click on your mouse, you pull your shield up. It's only a 300 health shield. It's not going to last for a lot, but it is enough to maybe provide a little bit of blockage for a low health target. And just kind of allow them to get away, and you maybe get some heals or peel off. Or if you're getting focused, it's a way to pull that shield up and protect yourself as well. Again, it's only 300 health. It's not going to survive a crap ton, but it will maybe give you a chance to get behind some cover. A side ability of the shield as well is while you have this up, if you hit your primary fire button, you can bash the target. This deals a short amount of damage and knocks the target back a little bit. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage. It doesn't heal either, to my knowledge. I could be wrong on this though. Oh, it does heal actually. I'm wrong. So it does deal a little bit of passive healing as well. You can also use this to do things like interrupt a Rhein's charge. If a Rhine is charging in at your team, you can shield bash in. It'll knock him to the ground, knock you to the ground. You'll both get stunned for a second, but it will be a way to stop him from charging. That's one of the ways that you kind of utilize that, but for the most part, it's just a way to get some extra passive healing and help your teammates out a little bit more. And then, of course, her ultimate. Her ultimate is her Raleigh. This makes her move faster, and she provides extra health to all nearby allies. So when she pops this, as you can see, everybody is getting immediate passive heals. As you can see, everybody's got extra health. They're getting healed over time. This also boosts her Raleigh ability, making it to where she is healing more. So when you pop Raleigh, you really want to be in a good position to swing for the fences and swing the hell out of the enemy team, because not only are you providing passive healing to the entire team that you're with, but you're also providing more passive healing by swinging that power flail. Basically makes your team quasi-immortal. When she rallies, Brigitte's like the main focus target. Like, I know when I hear a Brigitte rally, everybody tends to turn focus and try to kill that Brigitte off as quick as possible to stop those heals from happening, because as long as you're within her like safe zone here, which you can't see because I'm not ulting anymore, but once you're in that safe zone that's around her, I mean, you're basically unkillable if she's doing it right. So, I mean, those are her basic abilities. Now, she does have a couple of tips and tricks I can give you with her. Is don't be too aggressive. I've seen many Brigittes be a little too aggressive with her. Remember, you are a support hero. You're not a DPS. You're not going to be able to win pushing in on the entire enemy team on the front line and being like, come here, I am, mana, mana. No, like, don't lead the charge. You should go with your tank. You should go with another DPS. You should have some sort of a backup to be the distraction so that you can swing and shield bash and swing and whip shot and stuff like that. You should never be the one at the front of the pack. You will get gunned down pretty quickly. Brigitte only has 200 health. She's not going to survive long if she's being fully focused. Play your corners. You know, if you're getting focused a lot, you can play your corners as a support. Play your corners with a wall. Protect yourself from getting hooked. Protect yourself from getting picked off by a widow. Things like that. You can play these corners. Throw your little health packs out. Stuff like that. Dive out. Hit that whip out. You know, as soon as you see your team start to push in, that's when you should push in. And provide a little bit of space with your shield bash, start swinging. As long as they're in the team fight, throw it out. Okay, start swinging. But don't be in the team fight too long. Don't be in the front line. Don't sit there and be reckless and be overly aggressive and get yourself killed. Because, I mean, if you allow yourself, Brigitte can just carry in heals. I mean, I have within the first 30 seconds of a match, I have had almost 4,000 healing within just 30 seconds just by swinging for the fences in team fights. Like, you can pump so much heals that it's ridiculous as Brigitte. She is a little bit harder to play for newer players, so you know, I wouldn't really recommend her as like a new player, brand new. But if you're familiar with the support role, she would be a fun one to learn. A lot of people in the lower elos really have a hard time understanding how to counter her and how to really stop her in her tracks, because she does have a few glaring weaknesses, one of which being her health pool and the fact that she has to get close to do a lot of her outburst healing. So if you never let Brigitte get close, you never really have to worry about her. So with that being said, you know, if you have targets like Junkrat that can trap her and kill her off, Widowmaker that can shoot her from afar, Hanzo that can shoot her from afar, Pharah and Echo that can blast her from the sky without her being able to even touch them. All of these targets make things very hard for Brigitte to really deal with things and stop incoming damage, because without the ability to hit her target, she doesn't have the ability to heal. So all of these things are some glaring weaknesses that Brigitte has that you can take advantage of if you're facing a really good one. As far as, you know, out and outright, like if you are a ground-based hero like tanks, you're dealing with Brigitte, and Brigitte is being a major thorn in your side. Reinhardt is a really good one. So is Winston as well to counteract her. honestly just putting a lot of pressure on the Brigitte because she doesn't have a lot of health. Her shield won't last for a long time. If you pressure Brigitte enough, she falls pretty quick. So that's kind of a glaring thing. She doesn't have a lot of things to protect herself beyond just swinging for the fences. So if your whole team turns and focuses her, it's kind of a bad time for her. Strength-wise, I would highly recommend going in with Brigitte if you are facing a team that has a lot of dive potential. Genjis, Tracers, Sombras, things of that nature. Winston, maybe. That might be a little bit of a stretch because Winston pumps out a lot of damage right now. But dive heroes in general, she can shield bash to knock them backwards, and her flail is a definite threat for them, especially low health heroes like Tracer and Genji, because when she's swinging for the fences with this, you know, Tracer does not have a lot of health. As you can see, it took me 5 hits to kill that Tracer right there. If I were to shield bash her first and then swing, it only took 4. Okay, and on top of that, it knocks her back, deals damage, and the whole time you're healing as well. So anytime they're running a heavy dive comp like Genji and Tracer, maybe Reaper, things like that, these are all things that you might want to consider running Brigitte for to kind of counteract them, because she can be very useful in those situations. But anyway, that right there is your beginner's guide for Brigitte, guys. If you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Please check out my Twitch channel in the description, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.